Welcome, business management students. My name is Mr. Argueta. I'll be the instructor of your course this semester. So wanted to put this video together to give you an idea of what to expect prior to you starting. I know that a lot of you, this might be your first online class. So if you've had classes online, there might be a little things that I do differently that other instructors might do. But first and foremost, I just wanted to let you know this class should be laid out pretty simple for you to follow. Give you sort of the overview of what it looks like and what to sort of click on and expect. But first, I want you to know this is a very accelerated class, which means that we're going to go through what normally would take 16 weeks. We're going to do it in 8 weeks. So there's a lot of work involved. I know that if you have taken classes before, you're kind of used to the pace of having 2 chapters per week and a discussion on a weekly basis. So make sure you're keeping up with that. Normally, if this is your first class with us, you'll realize that there's 2 chapters to work on every week. And of course, the discussion in my course is one of the most important parts. And you could see that on your syllabus because 30% of your grade is going to be the discussion. So overall grade is going to heavily depend on your discussion. Now, just to lay down the groundwork, I don't have a problem with you correcting your grammar with artificial intelligence, but I can tell very quickly when the actual work is not yours. So discussions are required to be your own work. So correcting grammar and making your statement a little clearer, not a problem. Utilizing artificial intelligence, not an issue when it's still your original work. But when you prompt it and you submit that as your work, you will receive a 0. And there'll be no questions asked in regards to that. So please make sure none of this is complicated. None of this is overwhelmingly too hard to understand. I'm just asking and expecting your own work. That said, and hopefully we don't have to address that issue, but that said, discussions, as I previously mentioned, is very, very important to me because I believe that that's the only way I can see if you're truly understanding the material we're talking about. Now, a video like this will be posted weekly in your discussions as one of the comments because I would like for you to reply to my video so you know and I know that we're interacting with one another. I don't expect you to be a part of the course unless I'm a part of the course, and I do that by creating these videos on a weekly basis to submit to you and let you know how the class is flowing. The first video, as you will tell, is just an introduction. So I use the video that I used in my class right prior to this. So you'll hear some stuff that might not directly relate to you. Maybe some dates are off, but it's still very recent. I'm talking about 5 or 6 weeks old. But I reutilized that so then I can give you this video, which is specific to you. That said, here's what the class looks like. Once you log into Blackboard, you will go into your class. In my case, it's Principles of Management. And you'll see this. The first thing you want to do is kind of look on the left-hand side. These are the tabs you'll be using. Let me see if I can do a student view real quick. Yes, this is what you'll see in your view. Now, you will tell, like, if I clicked on weekly assignments, which is where your work's at, yours will not show anything right now because the class has not started. But I'll show you what mine's look like. Mine has the whole program in place. I'll show you what that looks like. Every week, one of these folders will open up. Week 1, this folder will open up. This will open up on Monday on the 14th at 12 a.m. So on Monday at 12 a.m., Blackboard should have access to this once they have included you. If you're seeing this early and you try to get on there on Monday morning, it might not be active. It might take a little delay. But every folder on a weekly basis will open up on Monday at 12 a.m. Every folder will close that following Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so any work that you do has to be within that week. So if I click on week 1, once it opens up, you'll see the first thing you have there is your syllabus. And then, of course, you look at your chapter 1 work. And if you clicked on chapter 1, you'll see chapter 1 has 3 items. Oh, let me make sure that gets on there before our date starts. But you'll see 3 items on there, which will be the Learn Smart, your weekly homework, and your weekly quiz. And the same goes on for chapter 2, and then your discussion here. As you can see, my introduction is already there. It's going to always say Mr. Argueta's weekly video. In this case, I put introduction, and it's just a video that you will play, and I introduce myself. Okay, so that is going to be weekly. That folder will open up. Week 2, of course, this folder will open up. It has the same structure. Week 2, chapter 3 and 4, and your discussion. Every week, I expect the discussion to be your original discussion, and then you'll have to reply to 2 classmates and my video. So you'll have 4 interactions in your discussion. Make sure, I don't do a word minimum, but I do a content minimum. So if you just put 1 sentence to reply to the discussion, you will receive a 0. It has to be a solid paragraph with meaningful discussion. So please make sure you are taking your time to really dig in deep and have a discussion on there. The class itself is not that difficult, guys. It's going to be common sense stuff that we do in business. They'll put some names to some of the things that you do. Our discussions will revolve around your personal view of stuff, so I expect it to be from you. Other than that, the class is pretty straightforward. As you can tell, it's week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 is your midterm. Your midterm is made up of about 35 to 40 questions, multiple choice. You only have 1 shot at that. And then, of course, your week 7, you have your final. Now, I want to make sure I mention this because week 4 is your midterm. So people ask me, is there a study guide? I will give you the study guide right now. The study guide is every quiz on a weekly basis. I will take questions from that and put them in your midterm and your final. So make sure on your weekly quizzes, which you have 2 opportunities to do, you are somehow remembering, taking notes, doing something, because those are the questions that will come out on your midterm and your final. Other than that, I mean, there's not really much to the class. 30% is going to be your discussion, as I mentioned. 30% is going to be your Learn Smart assignments. 30% is going to be homework and quizzes. And then 10% is going to be your midterm and your final. You'll see all that located in your syllabus, which is going to look like this. And if you scroll down, you'll find that information right there. I think that covers for the most of the part what the class looks like and what to expect. If you're watching this video today and then you log in somehow on Monday and your class isn't there, please make sure and verify with financial aid that they didn't drop you for non-payment or any of that. In regards to the book, you don't need a physical book for this class. All you have to do is click on the first assignment. Once you clicked on the first assignment, it will directly connect you with McGraw-Hill. It'll link your course to Blackboard, and it's already been covered under your tuition. So you do not have to pay anything extra. It's already included. So all you have to do is get started. Other than that, guys, you can see more about my introduction during the first week discussion. And please keep a lookout for the video that I post every week. I try to get it out there on Monday, but sometimes it gets complicated. But I try to get it to you so you can reply to it. So 4 interactions, 2 chapters a week. Make sure you keep in mind that your quiz questions will come back up in your midterm and your final. Other than that, looking forward to meeting you guys. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you online.